any of that again or say any of that again.
So
Welcome back,
for
though.
those of you tuning into this broadcast, it is now like a week later, and uh, Death Stranding has announced a remastering for the PS5, so higher resolution, better frame rate, fixing the bugs that didn't quite get attention because of the time investment involved in them. And I feel like that goes to show the amount or the quality to which it was received and just how much stock that studio puts in the IP. Just because, like, Death Stranding, I'm gonna look up to see what that was, but I believe that was 2018,
2019.
2019, November 8th, 2019. It has not been out 2 years, and it is getting Death Stranding Director's Cut is what it's officially titled as.
Yep.
Launching on September 24th.
Well, and I think there's a certain element, and I think you'll see, especially with some of those games that came out so close to the end of the generation. And a big part of that is the fact that you had this whole new console being worked on. Well, things like Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2 were all being developed. And so they had these, extra things they wanted to do in these games, whether that's just graphical stuff or whatever. But you have things that they couldn't quite do on the systems that were out at the time. And they end up basically being forced to, hey, we'll do a re-release in like 2 years, so that we can have something that is, in some ways, was intended to be for the new generation, but because of especially COVID delaying the console releases to some degree, so I bet you some of these games would have released on the PS5 to start with, and
No, I don't disagree with you there. Especially because the more and more I'm looking into this, just from the PlayStation blog that was put out 4 days ago on the 8th, it looks like they're not just updating the standard stuff. They're introducing weapons, equipment, vehicles, a variety of new modes, missions, areas to explore, expanded storylines, and enhancements to the AI.
It's a lot of content.
And they're also adding online features for friend play and leaderboard. And they have more content still to announce for it.
Well, and here's the cherry on top there. If you own the game for the PS4 already, it is a $10 upgrade to put your PS4 disc into the PS5 and get that PS5 version with all the extra stuff. $10.
And
that's it.
That is like how it should be done. I mean, it just kind of leaves me a little like, that is something I wish I could see more in the gaming industry. That if a game was well received and it performed well in sales, and the development team pays attention to it and says, all right, well, we've released this, but we have this extra budget and we have time since we've already released it. What more could we release for the game so that it's an even better version of itself?
Yeah. Well, and a lot of the upgrades have been and it's largely in the third party realm that we've seen most of them. So like Doom Eternal had a PS5 upgrade. Oh god, what else? Mortal Kombat had a PS5 upgrade. Devil May Cry 5 had a PS5 upgrade. And most of these third party ones have actually been free. Like the PS5 upgrade, they're like, pop your PS4 disc in and download the PS5 like kind of update. has been free for a lot of these games. If you owned the PS4 version previously, Hitman, the newest Hitman, also was just free if you owned the PS4 version. So even Death Stranding being $10 is even. I mean, and you know they're adding a lot of extra content. So like that is to me that is perfectly reasonable
They're
to charge that
essentially
$10.
adding
But
an entire DLC's worth of content from what it looks like because they're
yeah,
adding just everything that you would pay for in like a $20 or $40 content pack.
yeah.
And they're just not only that, but they're also remastering the graphics and I just feel like definitely different games have gone about these kinds of things in different ways. However, I do think that the way Death Stranding did it has been one of my particular favorites thus far.
Oh, absolutely.
And like
I'm
Demon's
very
Demon's
curious to
Souls
actually
was
play it.
also really good in that it was a complete remake. I mean,
Right, from the ground
like
up.
from the ground up.
Same with the Shadow of the Colossus one
Exactly.
from
That one I
scratch.
still haven't played all the way through because of how much fun I have just exploring the environment.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, you know, the Resident Evil 2 and 3, especially 2, because the third one is a bit short, but especially the Resident Evil 2 remake, as that kind of remake, I don't know if anyone has topped that yet in terms of remaking an older game and like just
Oh yeah, in
having
terms of like an
that
actual
pitch
older game
perfect.
that yeah, because the translation of mechanics of the original game to the remake, I feel like they translated them as best as they could because I couldn't
Yeah,
find any places where I'm like, all right, they could have changed this, but if you change something enough, eventually it's not the same thing. It's not a remake of
true.
it, it's a
Yeah.
reimagining of it.
And then and you could say that about the Resident Evil one. It is a reimagining, right? You could refer to it as that for sure. Where like Shadow of the Colossus and Demon Souls, those games play the same way as their originals. Like they play the same. They look vastly better. They feel a bit better, but they ultimately have that exact same skeleton. The Resident Evil 2 remake, right? The original game is working with the tank controls and the fixed camera angles still, versus the third person over the shoulder style of Resident Evil 4 or Dead Space after it. So when you're having to truly like you have to change the way the game plays, right? That does make a really significant difference, I think. It requires more work even because you
Yeah.
do have to you have to find a way to keep the spirit and the tone and the style and the feel of that thing alive and keep that relatively the same, but you have to basically make a different game, you know?
Okay.
And that's what how I would like Resident Evil 2. That's how I describe that. It is in many ways a different game because it doesn't play anything like the old game. Like the camera perspective, the way that the character moves around. Uh, so they even change certain things. Like in the original version of Resident Evil 2, a very iconic moment is when you come across the liquor for the first time. If you remember that in the original, but there's that very iconic moment where it's all the creatures with all the muscle on them and they crawl around on like the ceiling and shit, those super long tongues. Do you remember that?
Sorry, say
No,
that
you're okay.
one last part over.
Do you remember that kind of like it's a very iconic moment in the original game Resident Evil 2 where you come across a liquor for the first time, right? With the muscly skin and the
Yeah.
exposed brain with the big tongue. And in the Resident Evil 2 remake, you get to that room and there's no liquor there. You play a little bit further and the liquor is in that first time you come across the liquor is in a nearby area, but it is sprung upon you in a different way, in a different room, during a different sequence of
I
the story.
haven't played the remake, but I think that's really cool that they did that. Like,
And they
holy
do that
cow,
all over the
because
place with different things too.
so you're just like, oh, it's gonna be here. Oh, what? It's not there. I guess I'll. Oh God, it's my face.
Well, a very good example is, do you remember he was the second version of the Tyrant, which because the Tyrant was the final boss of Resident Evil 1, and then you have the Mr. X, right? He's got the fedora and the trench coat, right? Chases you around.
Hmm.
In the original Resident Evil 2, that Mr. X character, right, villain, right, that chases you around was barely in the game, right? And
Yeah.
the character was it was specifically because they had in the game, right, you play as Leon, and that's a whole campaign. You play as Claire, and that's a whole campaign. And then each of them had a B scenario, right, which is like it changes how certain things are laid out and like what's there. And in the original version of Resident Evil 2, right, Mr. X only really was there in the B scenarios for each campaign. And even then, he was only in like part of it and kind of closer to the end. Whereas in the Resident Evil 2 remake, relatively early on in the game, once you do a certain thing, you kind of activate Mr. X appearing in the police station. And that monster, right? That villain is always there. Like people, like like coders, right? Hackers and stuff. Their videos you can go watch. They basically break the camera out of the game, and they can just move the camera wherever, no matter where you are in the game. The Mr. X character is rendered and fully like activated, moving around somewhere in the environment. Like he is never just gone. Like there might be certain times when
That's
you're kind of
hilarious.
safe.
Holy shit.
Maybe you're in a certain place, you're safe. Like the rooms where you can save your game, right? Those are safe. He can't get in there. But he's always somewhere. And let me tell you, you play that game with headphones on and you can hear his footsteps coming like from like a couple rooms away or like down like a hallway. You can kind of like have a sense of where he is, so you always know like, all right, I should not go in that direction. But it turns like a whole, like I'd say more than half of that Resident Evil 2, the remake, into this cat and mouse game with this one particular enemy that you can't kill. You can shoot him like you could waste 10 bullets out of your handgun, and he might drop to his knee for about 4 seconds, and that's about as much as you can do to him.
Oh wow.
And so it's almost like they took how Nemesis worked in the original version of Resident Evil 3, and they kind of applied all those mechanics, and then even better to Mr. X in Resident Evil 2.
So, just to roll gameplay
Yeah.
to get that starting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Poison Pool is one path forward.
Okay.
But as we discussed last time,
We
that
should get more
Jula
poison
had
stuff.
another path called the Shaded Woods. And so
Yeah,
that
let's
is
do
another
that.
path that we can do.
Let's do the Shaded
so
Woods.
Go to Majula, and I imagine you already have like
Modula.
all your affairs in order. Do you have a petrified branch of yore?
I
That will
think
be
so.
required.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Because I thought I had like 4 of them. Yeah, I've got 2 more. Hey, No Name
yeah.
20, how are you today? Nice to see you in the chat there. Nice to see you in the chat. I hope you're having a good day. We're just discussing, we're just about to go embark on a new pathway in this game, and then we're also just getting into a little discussion about remasters and remakes and what's the most interesting kind of versions of that that people are doing right now. All right, and then I'm sorry, Tim. What is the where? What direction is the pathway that you're referring to? Is it the one that's
Head
up?
towards things betwixt from like the place you first arrived from, and in going through that stone archway, you're gonna see the path like forward, like what looks like the path forward. And that's not where you came from, but that's where we're going. It's
You
like
know, I remember
placed in such a
actually.
way that backtracking is the only way you would find it.
Funny. Well, I actually remember I noticing this at the beginning of the game when I came through, and I walked down through here a little bit, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to do this yet because I bet I am not high enough level for it.
Well, you were partially right, and that's why they barred the way with a branch of yore.
Just doing
But
dishes.
as
Nice.
you walk along,
I just got done with doing that right before we started the stream. Oh, he's somebody to talk to.
Business with me.
Got a big glowing
yeah,
blue
that is
sword. That's
Ben Hart of
badass.
Judo.
Locked up, you see.
Okay. Okay. Did you say of judo?
Jugo.
Oh, okay.
Jugo.
Who thought it a good idea to pit it there?
I love that he's Scottish.
I'm in
Haven't heard any like Scottish characters in this game, really. I think that's I don't know. I love Scot warriors. That's
Gives me the willies.
gives me the willies.
He's a dwarf.
It starts to look alive.
Aye.
Just doesn't seem quite right.
Because his model is shorter, I'm not sure if they explicitly separate that.
Hey, you don't think a real life person was turned to stone?
Oh yes, I do. I do think that.
See that statue? Hey,
All right. I assume once I clear the way, he's going to change places in the world.
When you unpetrify her, don't pull the lever, go back and talk to him, and then pull the lever. Also, make sure you exhaust all dialogue with her because she'll go back to Majula.
Okay.
She
All right.
will
So
ask you for a piece of clothing, so you just give her something useless.
oh shit. What is going on? These guys have giant ball sacks. Like, what is going on with that? All right.
I guess they have toxic juice.
Well, that exploded right in my face. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. Sometimes, these things, they just, they come
Ah,
right
there
at
she
us.
is. Oh shit.
Yeah, those guys, they have a toxic effect on their weapon.
Yeah.
They don't do a ton of regular damage. They
But
do
if
as
they-
much regular damage as a regular enemy, but they also do that bonus poison.
Cough, cough, cough.
Cough, cough.
Cough, 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 cough. Cough, cough, cough.
Cough, cough-esque.
Cough-esque? Cough, Kafka?
Yeah, cough, cough-esque.
Kafka, Kafka-esque.
Give me.
Give me a moment.
I'm fine. No.
Yeah, I thought for sure those things were going to be spellcasters, and then they just fucking walked up to me and beat the shit out of me with that mace.
I was attacked. I owe you. Oh.
Okay.
But do you have any? I'll take anything. Anything at all. Just put it.
So do I just give her like a shirt or like do I give her a whole set or like
I think you just need to give her one item, but I'm not sure. Like, I
Well,
gave
here-
her 3 useless items because I had them to spare.
I'll give her all of my a full set of prisoners prisoners stuff. Oh wait, no, I don't want. No, give me that back. Yep, take that prisoner stuff. All right, give. Okay, so I got a trophy for that. All right.
And
She
then,
got
Once
couple
you've
of
gone through all of her talking, she sells pyromancies,
I have my very own tea.
the
His name is
magic
Korea.
defense rings, and those elemental resistance
okay.
mosses.
She does
My sorcery.
she does she is in Majula later though,
When
you
he set
said.
out for Dragon,
Yeah, like as soon as you reload the game
I'm rather
Okay.
or
unskilled,
reload
but
the area.
oddly,
Okay.
Like if you were to port back to Majula, I'm sure she would already be there.
it's hardly.
But there is
Okay.
a
I have
bonfire
my very.
just
His
after
name is Korea
this area.
Thought.
Once you've
I
talked
was
to Benhart.
fascinated by when he set out for
Okay.
Dragon.
Okay.
We was. I'm rather but what we're fascinated. Why can't? Oh dear, it's hardly. I have my. His name is.
Okay. That is repeating now.
Thank you so
Alright.
much.
And then you said go talk to that dude again?
Yeah, talk to Benhart, exhaust his dialogue, and he'll teach you a gesture.
Okay.
No, no, no. That's not like him. Name's Ben Hart. If we share the same I'm sure.
So I'll throw this question at you, Tim, and also at No Name in the chat. But anybody gotten around to watching Black Widow yet?
Road ahead's gonna.
I
That's a
have
true one.
not.
I swear it.
I don't
My
want to
little
be.
brother did not like it,
That's a
and
true
he's a
one.
Marvel stan, so
I swear it.
Well,
I take that as not good omen.
I'll tell you, I was not a big fan of it either. I'm not going to get into any spoilers, or I don't, especially because who knows, this is not a video dedicated to the movie, so I'm not going to say any specific anything really about it. But yeah, I honestly think it was personally, I think it's the worst Marvel project or the worst MCU project. Period. I like Thor 2, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, and The Incredible Hulk all better.
Thor 2 even.
Thor 2. Because, you know what? Thor 2, not great. I liked Loki. Like that Loki had a lot of really good scenes in that movie.
Yeah,
Loki
that's
had
true.
some great parts. The scene where he's in the prison and like he finds out about the mother, right? Like Thor 2 had also, well, okay, fine. Spoilers for Thor 2, but that movie is old and not very good. So I'm not too concerned about that. Ooh, I got another Estus Flask shard. Shit, I'm gonna go upgrade that real quick before we continue.
This ghost is attacking me. What
The
the
ghost
hell?
is attacking you. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's an enemy that looks like one of those phantoms that runs around that's a player from another world. But
Oh.
then when you turn around and start walking away, he starts firing arrows at you.
Oh shit. All right. Well, that doesn't seem good. Yeah, I'll be curious. What Tim? I'll be curious to find out what you think of it when you see it. No Name. I'll be curious to see what you think of it as well. Once you see it, and we're actually. I don't know what game we're gonna play, but me, Alex, Michael, and Ulysses are going to find a game, maybe a Marvel game, to do a stream, and we'll probably barely even be playing the game, but we're going to just use it as an excuse to do like a spoiler discussion of the movie. That'll be kind of the whole. That'll be the purpose of it. Will be more just for the discussion than anything. But yeah, I got a lot of shit to talk about that movie. I'm not a big fan. I thought it had a lot of problems, and yeah, I'm really surprised by. I think it's it's the biggest misstep they've ever taken, to me.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, and this is something that I have thought for. I'll say this one thing about the movie, but a thought that I've had since Black Widow first appeared in Iron Man 2, and especially in the first Avengers film. But I kind of, for a long time, I thought that they kind of ruined the opportunity to do a truly great Black Widow movie the moment that they put her in the family-friendly MCU, period. Because Black Widow is a character on the level of the Punisher or Daredevil. She is a violent, mature, storied, street level, like kind of basic human Marvel character. And there was always and you know what, I let it go. I thought, you know what, she works well in the team dynamic, so fuck it. You know, they found a way to make it work, despite the fact that I think Black Widow should be a more dark, violent character. So whatever, right? I kind of let it go over time. But I think seeing her own solo movie, it kind of does bring that problem back up to me, where it illustrates this thing that, like, the tone of the MCU at large does not fit her character, just in general, right? And this is not even a comment about her movie, and I mean it is in some ways, but it's kind of a comment about her wider role in the MCU. And again, I think she worked as a side character pretty well, but I think giving her own movie may have been a mistake in general. Unless, again, of course, you were going to let it go the way of Deadpool and, like, hey, you know, this character gets to have an R-rated movie. You know, like, there's something about her, about the things she's involved with, the kinds of storytelling that Black Widow comic books have, that I just don't think lends itself well to a PG-13 movie. Or at the very least, like, you know, not PG-13 movies can go hard too. They can, that is, you know, there's a hardness in some PG-13 movies, but not the Marvel ones. Even Winter Soldier, like, as much as I think, like, that's good dark Marvel, good MCU dark Marvel, I still think there is a I don't know, a failure to meet the requirements that her character needs to be successful in a solo story.
Yeah. It is definitely a little out of place, to say the least. So,
I have no idea what I'm doing in this room.
the forked road, for some reason we still can't lay our signs down, so I just started progressing forward, like, after checking all 4 of these rooms.
Yeah, I just don't, I don't see a lever to, like, open this door with anywhere. Like, how am I?
Huh. It was open for me.
That door was just open?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, is there a lever?
Does this one that opened the other door, does this work for both doors?
Slowest. Does it have a slow setting?
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly, No Name. It should be about her brutal assassin days. Or at the very least, because I did have to pull that lever from the first door again. Okay, that's all right. There's just one lever for both doors. That works. But yeah, No Name, you're right. It should be started at about being the story about the brutal assassin. The movie, I mean, you know, again, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's I don't think it's a spoiler to say it is not an origin story movie. That's not what it is. That's not at all what it is. That would have been more interesting. Yeah, that's a very good point, because they did Ronin Hawkeye already, right? Which, even though that was only for a single scene, they still had Hawkeye doing kind of Punisher-like, murdering of organized criminals, right? Like, even though it was only one scene in Avengers Endgame, you did get kind of almost like a PG-13 version of the Punisher with that Hawkeye scene. And if they could do that in Avengers Endgame, why can't Black Widow have something like that in her solo story? you know?
Yeah. Yeah, if they can do that as a scene in another movie for one character, why couldn't they do that in a dedicated movie? That's a great way of setting
Right.
it up.
And especially when we have been told over and over again by like the Disney executives and stuff that Deadpool will continue to be rated R. Even under Disney, like Deadpool will not change. It'll still be an R-rated film. And if that's the case, then why can't we get a rated R Black Widow film, or at the very least a heavier PG-13 rating? Like what at least as heavy as Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. Because I don't know if you know this, but that's actually the only PG-13 movie ever to have decapitations in it, like dismemberment violence. And it's because it's against orcs, right? It's because it's against orcs. So the blood isn't even red, right? Or at least not like a thick red. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, those guys are assholes. I did find where you can lay your sign down next. There's another bonfire once you continue
Oh,
down
I
there.
died of poison. I was trying to get away from him so I could use a healing item, and I died. That's okay. That's okay, though. Not a big deal. God, I'm so pale, but like the little bit of sunlight that is in this room. Let's see if I can block that off a little bit so I don't look ghostly white on the camera. Just get like, I don't know, that's a little better, I guess. But yeah, no, Dame, you're exactly right. They already did it with Hawkeye, even if it was short. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to give anything away, but I did want to talk about it a little bit, just because I do think it's just watched it this weekend, and it was a bit of a frustrating experience, to say the least. All right, why are you not opening? God damn it.
I hope you're ready for this next zone.
Oh?
I'm not going to say anything about it, but as soon as I walked into it, I had vivid flashbacks of my time playing this during my
Oh,
initial
shit. Okay.
playthrough.
I don't know what's going on
This
here, but
was,
the door just is not opening now, even though I pulled the lever, so I might have to, like, travel in and out or something. Like, I don't know. Yeah, for some reason the trigger for the door is just not working. Yeah, I don't know. Even the movie Captain America and the Winter Soldier and the show Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I thought had more hardcore action sequences and spy thriller story elements than. Yeah, there's also always in No Name 20. There was also always inference to both of them being capable of that level of violence. So to not address it in her solo is bad storytelling. Yeah, I agree 100%. It is bad storytelling.
Especially when there was like actual dialogue in the MCU of those two characters talking to each other about like how they both led ridiculously dark backstories because they're the only other people in the industry that understand each other's trauma.
Right.
Or at least that in employment path. And, like, that's their whole
Jesus.
thing. That's why they're best friends, because they're all brutal killers. Because they're brutal killers.
Right.
I mean,
No, I mean that's true though. That is the point. And again, I early on in the MCU, I had kind of a weird thing about Black Widow in general. I mean, I remember in Iron Man 2 and the Avengers, I remember being irritated at the fact that she had no Russian accent. Way back then. It's something I let go over time because I was like, well, whatever. It's she's a spy. Fine, she lost her accent because she's such a good spy, and she, whatever. I was like, all right, fine. That's not like it's that big a deal, but yeah, but it definitely it's something that comes up now to me because a lot of these other characters that they try to that they include do have Russian accents. These other people who are also spies that worked with her, or kind of spies. And I just have to say that the accents in the movie, not every character is bad about it, but there are a few of the actors in the film that just genuinely do a really bad accent, or at the very least it comes in and out, and it's really inconsistent, and that kind of took me out of the movie in several places. I just was like, ugh, these accents are not good. Again, not all of them, but...
Oh, we're gonna have so much fun in this next area. It's exactly the way I remember it.
These enemies remind me...
I tried stepping in there for 1 minute and died.
Oh, God. These enemies remind me of is that South Park episode where they all put their balls in the microwave and give themselves testicular cancer so they can get free weed.
God, yeah.
And then they all put their balls in the shopping carts and stuff, and then they hop around on them like those balloons.
Yeah.
That's what these zombies make me think of. All right. There we go. All right. Conquered the part I died on before. Yeah, I'll tell you what Black Widow to me, the summarization of it to me is it felt like they did not want to make a Black Widow movie, and they did it because fans wouldn't stop asking them for one, and they fulfilled a contractual obligation because they didn't really want to make that movie. And you know what? I can't blame them, because I kind of think a solo Black Widow movie, unless they're willing to go hard on the violence and make it that tougher kind of, maybe R-rated even movie, I do feel like it is a little pointless to make a Black Widow movie, because, what are you doing if you can't include some of these very basic things about her character? I don't know. Now there's 3 paths I see here, Tim. Which of these 3 are we wanting to go down?
The fog one is the only one that we can progress forward in. It's the only one with a fog wall at the end of it, so it'll be the only one that we can...
The one with the big white light? That's like all whited out or whatever?
I do kind of want to go into, because I didn't follow my own rule, which was... it's fog. It's really...
Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see where we can put our signs down, so I will wait for you right here. I just have to restore myself.
Oh, you need to be... Oh, yeah.
Yep, I was just waiting until I got there, because I didn't want to, I didn't want to waste...
yourself, man.
Waste the human effigy. But yeah, I'll say Black Widow like the movie, it is exactly to me what defines, like when I use the term woke in a negative context, right? I complain about things being woke. It illustrates it. This movie illustrates it very specifically to me because it is when I talk about wokeness, what I'm saying is that I am referring to a false progressivism that is paying lip service to feminism. In this particular example, it is paying lip service to feminism by saying, "Look at us, we made a female movie," and yet that's the only reason that the only effort that was put into it was, "Hey, it's a female movie." Like, that's to me the difference between something being woke and being actually genuinely thoughtful and progressive. To me wokeness, that is the whole concept of what wokeness is to me, is that it is false progressivism. It is lip service to progressivism that is lying to you about it, that it doesn't do anything.
Holy shit.
And so when I talk about I don't like things that are woke, that's what I'm talking about. Things that are lazy, things that they want to use the identity as a label to say, hey, look at this great thing we're doing, and yet at the same time, there's no real effort put into an actual story or any real sense of a message. It's just women good, men bad. And it's the surface level representation of it. That is what when I talk about stuff being woke
Especially
bullshit. That's what I'm talking about.
Without despoiling the plot of that movie, it is a shame what they do to the big bad.
Yeah, well, I'll say that without, again, I don't want to spoil anything. I'll say there are two like major villains in the movie, and they're both just horribly written characters, horribly done, horribly written. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, buy our product, right? It is corporate. It is to me the whole idea of woke. It is corporate progressivism. That's what wokeness is to me. The sad part is that there are a lot of regular, everyday people who are so brainwashed by identity politics that that there are droves of regular, everyday people that fall for that woke corporate bullshit because they don't understand anything beyond that surface level either. And so the corporations only make this woke bullshit stuff because there is a consumer base that genuinely buys into that surface level bullshit. And they know that there is a certain group of people that they can make money off of by creating entertainment like that. And I do think we'll get to a point where, you know, it's a trend, and the trend will die, and it'll stop happening at a certain point. I think it's no different than, let's say, Deadpool was a successful R-rated movie, so all the corporations are like, oh shit, let's make a bunch of R-rated movies, without, you know, learning the lesson that it's about legitimate thought and creativity, and the fact that it was R-rated didn't actually have that much to do with it. It was just that movie uniquely benefited from it, but it was about the actual thought and effort that went into it. But then there was this pandemic of lazy R-rated movies trying to capitalize off the success of Deadpool being a good R-rated movie, right? It's the same thing. There is an epidemic of woke bullshit entertainment that is capitalizing off of things like The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is actually good and thoughtful and makes real points about actual social issues. But then there's all this lazy woke stuff that is like, oh, they talked about a social issue. All you have to do to make something good and make money is reference a social issue. And that is the problem I have with woke stuff. That is the heart of the problem to me. But I do think it is a trend that will die. I think it's a trend that will die eventually.
Without, like, it's like, yeah, we can.
It's lip service,
but we're definitely not going to take a stance. Like,
well, and even, it's not even just taking a stance, because you can take a stance and I'll still see you as just as lazy, unless you are physically having an actual impact and having written law and legislation enacted that will cause an actual tangible change, then I don't care what you have to say about it. I don't care if you take a stance or whatever. Like, what you're doing does not matter unless there is a tangible, actionable, physical ramification to it. And if there, and that's part of why entertainment being woke in general rings hollow to me 90% of the time, because entertainment only has so much effect on the actual state of the world, right? Like, Hollywood in particular likes to think it's, it makes such a difference, and it doesn't. It and maybe in even entertainment that is genuinely good and makes a legitimate point that I like, that I agree with, I still don't think it's really actually having much of a genuine ramification in the real world. And I think people put way too much stock into just basic entertainment and art sometimes in how much it actually is affecting things and how much that it actually means. Because unless you're passing a fucking law, what are you doing? Run for office, pass some legislation, then I will believe you about all the social issues you really love to talk about and claim to care about.
I kind of like the idea, not to detract from what you're saying.
No.
I
Topic
like
change as well.
Of a head that's just a head just sitting on top of a pile of other heads, and this one just happens to be undead.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I think that's hilarious.
Body, he's being a total asshole.
They have that classic sitcom disagreement where they put a line of tape between the two halves of the apartment. And head's got to live on one side, body's got to live on the other.
Yeah. He's I also like how everyone you talk to has their own little story that you'll either seen pieces of in armor descriptions or other NPCs will even tell you. It's just fun teasing out the bits of lore from this game.
Oh, I got Vengarl's helmet. Reflections on disembodiment. That's funny.
I cannot lie. I was a hired hand, yes. And for His Highness, I am afraid, but perhaps it's for the best. We knew not what we fought for. I was born in Feroza to land on the distant.
But yeah, I was, last night because I watched Black Widow with Michael and Ulysses, and we were talking about it afterwards. And Michael actually knew just a few extra details about the kind of behind the scenes production. And Scarlett Johansson herself was an executive producer on the movie and actually had a bit of. It sounded to me like she had a decent amount of influence on the script, and. The impression that I got, and this I'm not saying this is what happened, but the impression that I got is that Kevin Feige, kind of out of respect for Scarlett Johansson having been around for so long, and been in so many movies and been a part of this universe, and this being her solo project. Oh, iPad's about to die, no name. Have a good rest of your day. Talk to you later. Hope you have a good one. If we'll probably be doing this until at least I'd say 4:30 for sure. If you have a chance to hop back in, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, you have a great day. But yeah, Tim. So Scarlett Johansson actually had some. It seems like she had some input on the script, and the impression that I got was that Kevin Feige kind of took a step back because out of respect for her and let her kind of have a bit of a say. And kind of do some of the movie her way. And she talked about how, she, it was because it was during the Me Too, the big, height of the Me Too movement. And how she was like, I wanted to make sure that we got some of that in this movie and all that. And I'm like, this is the thing, though. This is the regular people, the women that actually represent.
Oh shit!
Are you getting attacked?
Yeah.
What is attacking you?
Oh shit! I'm almost dead.
Oh
just
shit!
Start swinging your sword, two-handed, and start swinging. You can't target these enemies either. Oh shit! And they can riposte
Oh,
your attacks too.
I backstabbed one of them.
Well, that's awesome.
Did you heal yourself there? Or you go? Oh, I got another one.
No, I love how their health bar at some points is the only way to kill them, or like find them.
Yeah, it's the only way to tell where the hell they are.
And I'm not sure what it's like for you as you're playing this on a projector, but they are on. I'm playing it on a 50-inch, and they're still really not that easy to see.
No, I couldn't see them until they were all. I didn't notice they were there until you'd already been like almost killed. But yeah, like I guess it just shows you though that like just because someone is a part of the the identity that they are claiming to represent and whatever oppressed group that they are claiming to be trying to stand up for, it doesn't really mean they actually know what they're talking about or that they know what they're doing or that they know how to produce these products in a way that actually is good, right? Like that doesn't tell you anything because I guarantee you, if Kevin Feige had been completely hands-on, being a man, would have made a better movie than what Scarlett Johansson's input on the script produced. I just guarantee you. Kevin Feige has proven to me to be a good storyteller, regardless of the fact that he is a man, and that the fact that he is a man didn't matter. He's just a good storyteller. And Scarlett Johansson, to me, just kind of maybe proved that she is not a good storyteller, even for a female-led story. And that there's an example of a man who could tell a story better than a woman about a woman. And the identity of it does not, that shouldn't be this factor that just dictates how things are produced. It just shouldn't be. Oh, you got one coming up behind you. It should be about who is actually skillful and able to produce that story, who is able to tell that story and give that message in a way that is effective and makes sense and is good. It should not just be, oh, we got an archer.
Did you just punched him?
Shit.
Oh shit, there's a curse jar over here. Let me just... Nope. Mulligan. There we go.
Nice. Alright, sweet.
Oh, one...
Oop. Like, I came up with two different Black Widow movies that would have been fucking, at least I came up with outlines that would have been fucking better than what they did. Just like I also think I came up with better outlines for Iron Man 3 and Thor 2. Because it's not about, it shouldn't, telling a story about a specific type of person does not preclude other types of people from being good enough storytellers to also write stories about a different kind of person. You know? And that's a point that I think gets made among, like, not the corporations that are being woke, but amongst regular groups of people that are trying to be woke, that, hey, if you aren't part of this group, how dare you try and tell a story involving this group? When I'm just like, you know what, fuck you. A good storyteller is a good storyteller. A good storyteller does their research and puts their effort in to telling that story, regardless of what identity they carry amongst themselves. In fact, it is somewhat sexist and racist, actually, to say that because of someone's of a certain identity group, that they are incapable of, working on something that tells the story of another identity group purely based on what identity group they belong to. That in and of itself actually is a bit racist and sexist. So, oftentimes the woke people are some of the most sexist and racist people. But, you know, you tell them that and they'll fucking scream like, you know, fucking goddamn banshees at you about how racist you are for daring to say something like that.
I am lost as all fucking as zone.
Me too. I'm mostly following you, but I am also lost. I'm just bitching while you lead us around. I am. I know I sound like a cranky old man a lot lately, but I really have hit my breaking point with some of the shit, the identity politics on the left in particular. Like the right also plays identity politics, but good God, is it more annoying to me on the left? Oh shit. Oh, some of the. Did we find the path?
I think we might have. Oh, thank God. I've never wanted to see more. And bonfire ahead? What?
Should be coming up quick.
Right
It's
here.
under the. Yeah. Sweet.
And there's a
There's a couple
buggy
different
over here.
ways.
Oh. I thought he was just an NPC that I couldn't talk to.
He was definitely getting up to attack. Interesting. So we got.
Good
Let's
thing he
see.
decided to take a nap.
Right. Looks like there's a curse jar. Somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere over here.
I have some resistance to curse. Okay. It's up top.
Oh, it's up here.
Yeah.
Nice. I think, yeah, there's another one over here.
Oh my God.
I think that might be another petrified
Is it
branch
a fragrant
thing.
branch?
I've got one. I think I have one left.
I wouldn't quite use it on him because I saw
It's just
more
for
of
an
those
item.
statues. Yeah.
Oh shit, there's like several places to go up here. Damn, alright, it looks like there's a lot of different
Okay,
directions in this area.
I am yeah, he was pretty fucking clever.
Alright, where is,
And,
there's another
I kinda
curse
do
jar
like
over
the
here
idea
somewhere.
of ghosts that are actually hard to see.
Right. Like Paranormal Activity. Not really, I hate those movies, but
Oh my God, right. I was about to say, oh,
did you fall?
yep, curse frogs in here. Be careful.
Oh, shit.
No, acid frogs, pool of acid.
Pool of acid. Should I jump down?
acid, curse, petrification.
Should I come down there?
If I survive, yes. But if I die, then you're just stuck down there alone. Okay, I lived. I think you're safe.
Alright, that door is locked. Can we break it? Nope. Nope, that's definitely a
Looks like
locked
there's-
door
There
for
might be
now.
something in here.
Ooh. Yes there is. Twinkling Titanite. Oh, is that an item? Oh shit, what?
Despair
My armor
and
was
short
just got
sightedness.
broken. I stepped into that
Did you
little
walk through one of
puddle
those pools?
just for like a second, and my armor broke. All of it.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm gonna have to get shit repaired as soon as we get out of this area
Try
here.
above and then hole.
Because, yeah, I definitely, every piece of armor, too, not just, like, some of it, all of it broke at once. Oh, okay, okay. This is where.
Yeah, that's where.
So that's just a way to get
Okay.
back up.
Is there anything down here? Chest ahead and then backstepping required.
Okay. I guess that maybe not as many different ways as I thought, but I think real quick, I think we need to separate
Oh, yeah.
so I can repair everything because we're not going to make it very far. We can try and get through the fog area again on your game, so we could be done with that fog area at least for now. Just
Now that
deal
I know
with
the
it.
way, I think I might just be able to run through it. But
Hey, fair enough.
if you want
That's
the
worth a
souls,
shot.
you can, yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you think you could just run through it, then that's totally worth a try.
Vanishing crystal. There it is. It's the black separation crystal, which just inherently sounds bad. It's like segregation. It's the separate but equal crystal.
I mean, hey, man, I'm talking about all the super woke people, but you know that segregation is something that a lot of the left supports right now.
Just in different ways.
Just in different ways, yeah. Well, they truly believe they actually want to repeal in California. That they actually a lot of the like woke activists tried to repeal the civil rights movement because they want to discriminate based on race again. They want to specifically make it so that like, well, you know, white people shouldn't be allowed to buy stuff from black owned businesses, right? Like only black people should get to go there and like stuff like that, right? Which is illegal because of the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
But that is actually a big woke left liberal thing right now. Is you know they actually have segregated college graduations in California, in several of like the big universities around there. They actually have segregated graduation ceremonies where all the white people go, and then all the black people go, and then all the Asian people go, which is actually somewhat racist, even on a whole extra level, because they're lumping all Asian people in as one category, which is not,
Yeah,
you know.
cultural graduation celebrations,
Yeah.
like in Orange County.
That's what like I used to, you know, like, you know, if you asked me, you know, 6-7 years ago, when conservatives and Republicans talk about how racist the Democrats are and how racist liberals are, I would have laughed at that, and I would have been like, oh, that's ridiculous. Those are just Republicans trying to, you know, try and excuse their own racism. But today, you know what? No, that is absolutely true. That sometimes the liberals are even worse about their racism. Like, okay, you know, all the voter ID laws, right? Which I agree, Republicans are making it harder for people to vote, and that's fucked up. But do you know what the argument that liberals are actually making to say that that we shouldn't have voter ID laws? They're saying black people can't get IDs. So it's unfair to require IDs because black people somehow somehow incapable of getting IDs. And I'm like, that's just as racist as the Republicans that are trying to pass the laws in the first place.
Saying that black people are incapable of getting an ID, and so IDs shouldn't be required to vote based on that specifically. That's just fucking stupid.
And that's why there's actually a lot of black people.
Bonfire already.
You did get over there already?
Yeah, like.
Okay, cool. I'll just summon you over here then.
I just need 1 minute, and then.
Oh, yeah, you're totally fine. But like, yeah, it's like, there, you know, or like, you know, how about this, right? A lot of the people that actually are in support of voter ID laws in a lot of these Republican states are black people and Latin people, right? A lot of the supporters of the Republican Party having voter ID laws are actually black people and Latin people. So now the Democratic Party has now switched its stance completely, and they're now saying they never supported voter ID laws. They never said voter ID laws were racist to begin with. That's what the Democrat liberal stance now is, because they saw how unpopular their previous stance is with black people and Latino people. So now they are saying, oh, well, we just never said that. We never said voter ID laws were racist. We were for them the entire time. Look, man, you know, my whole thing really is just fucking live and let live. Let people fucking live their lives. Leave them the fuck alone. Leave them the fuck alone. Stop trying to play identity politics with everybody. If you truly think you care about being progressive, try and get some laws passed that'll actually fix something and make somebody's lives better. That's it. That's the solution. Anything else is just lip service and bullshit to try and make yourself feel good that you're performative, that you are somehow, by saying you support some group of people, somehow making yourself seem virtuous. That's all it really is. It's performative, it's virtue signaling, and that's so much of what the left is, and it's really sad to me, because once upon a time the regular people on the left really did seemed like they gave a shit and actually wanted laws to pass. And I just don't really think that we have that anymore in today's world. We just have Republican conservative racism, and then you just have Democrat liberal racism that is disguising itself in the guise of tolerance. And that's really all I think we have anymore. And it's really sad. It's really sad. I don't mean to keep getting like into these heavy topics. Every time we're supposed to be having fun playing video games, but it's just things just continuously happen in the world that it's just very frustrating to watch. And I think sadly the Black Widow movie did lean into some of that fake progressivism, the wokedivism, if you will. And Black Widow played into that. Maybe not a lot, and I didn't even totally read that off of the movie, just watching it once, but on the second viewing and knowing about some of the behind the scenes stuff, I could see where it was trying to be a little woke, a little bit, and that is part of the problem with the movie, is that it's like, well, either be progressive or don't. Don't pretend, don't try, don't pay lip service to it. Either be progressive or don't. And it really should be that simple. Let's base everything like that. Let's base the political discourse. Let's base it off of reality. Let's base it off of facts. And neither party, neither side in today's world wants to do that. You find the only people that you find are the people. You maybe find some reasonable people in the middle that refuse to take a side, and those are the only people that are truly, to me, capable of any real change. But those are the people that both sides hate, because if you're in the middle, the conservatives think you're some communist, socialist, crazy, liberal that wants to take their guns and make their children gay. And if you are in the middle, the people on the left think you are a white supremacist, Nazi, Klan member, and you're so far right that nothing that you have to say is worth listening to. And that's just what politics is like in this country now, and it's sad, because there's no place to go for reasonable people. There's no real group or real place to have a discussion for reasonable people. That's why this channel, this YouTube channel, will never stand for woke, progressive bullshit stuff. Like, unless it's real, true progressive stuff that actually gives a shit. As far as the discussions that will come up and the people that will be on this channel, I will only ever allow the people on here that are willing to sit down and have a conversation with people that believe in different things from them, or at the very least are capable of having that civil discussion to begin with. And I don't want the toxic politics from either side of the aisle ever really involved here. Again, unless those people agree to have some sort of legitimate conversation with exactly the people they disagree with. Because unless you are in support of free speech for the people that you actively dislike and do not agree with and are against, unless you believe in free speech for those people, you don't believe in free speech at all. All right, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, and we're just gonna talk about video games from this point forward. This is video games. I'm done. I don't no more political shit. I don't wanna talk about it. As soon as Tim is returned, we can continue in.
All right, I am.
Hey, there you are. I just got up on my soapbox for a little while there.
Oh, you're fine. I was doing the same thing yesterday, but entirely about global warming and about how, like, fucking a few thousand people over the course of a couple hundred years were collectively able to set the planet on fire and die wealthy because of it. And everyone was just like, "Okay." And how, like, everyone now is starting to think, oh, global warming is serious, when the same people 10 years ago, when it wasn't too late to do anything about it, they're just like, oh, well, somebody will do something.
Well, the reason that nothing will really happen is because the news media collectively, I just said I was going to stop talking about politics, but here we go.
No, yeah, entirely the news media is controlled by the people that also control what sources of power, what fuel, like the means of production. Everything is controlled by the people that also control the media. So they control the shit that goes on behind the scenes. They control the narrative explaining that shit. And they control the fucking politicians that fucking produce the education roster so that, like, for instance, we're not taught shit about global warming in school. Even in liberal states, you're not taught shit about global warming.
Well, it's because there's no real difference between the liberal politicians and the conservative politicians. They all work for the same corporations.
All owned by the same people.
Exactly. This is why I say Republicans in office will never actually ban abortion, because if they did, they wouldn't be able to campaign on banning abortion in the next time they have to run for office. The same way Democrats will never pass a living wage. They will never pass any sort of proper working healthcare system, because then they could not campaign on those things the next time. They could not make money off promising to do those things in the future. It's the same
That's
reason
why I was
that
so kind of
yeah.
like retroactively surprised by Obamacare, because it like actually it wasn't great. It
Oh, it
had a
was
lot of
terrible.
shit
No, it was
wrong with it.
garbage.
It
It
was
was
it was
Bob Dole's
absolutely
health care plan. When Bob Dole ran against Bill Clinton and lost, one of the reasons he lost is because his health care plan was too conservative, and it put all of the profit in the for-profit pharmaceutical industry. That was Bob Dole's Republican health care plan that was too conservative, that made him lose the election to Bill Clinton. That's what Obamacare is.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a lot of shit wrong with it. There's only a couple things that I liked about it, and that was expanding access to it. Because
Sure.
in terms
And
of
some of
having
those
no
things,
health insurance and having shitty health insurance, I'd still rather have shitty.
but you know what though? You know what Obamacare also did? It made it so that if you were too poor to afford to buy any of the healthcare plans, even though they're supposed to be, affordable, but for some people they still weren't. If you couldn't afford to buy one of those healthcare plans, you'd be fined for not having one of those plans. And you would be forced to spiral even further into debt because you couldn't
And
afford
that
to
is
get them.
just stupid.
So honestly, any of the good things about Obamacare, and I'm not saying that there
They're
aren't any good
offset.
things, they're offset by the bad things. They are.
And that's the thing with a lot, like with every good
And that's all
politician
Obama
that
did.
has good optics. It's just because people aren't as focused on the shit that politician has done that's bad. I mean,
Well, that's
not to
why-
say everyone is the same
Yeah.
level of bad, because there's definitely people who are worse. But to say that some people are just good, because you're blinded to the
Well, all
reality
good
that
or all bad.
everyone is flawed. Yeah, it's all good or all bad. It's like
I
evil
could
people
give
sometimes
you-
do nice things, and great people sometimes
Yeah.
kill kittens.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. I could give you. I could go and give you a list of good policies that Donald Trump passed that were good pieces of legislation that would improve people's lives. I could point you to several things that he did that are genuinely good, all of which were immediately cut on by Joe Biden on his first day. Not only that, but all of the bad policies of Donald Trump were things that Joe Biden continued to do. He canceled every good thing Donald Trump did, even if it was an
Everything done
accident.
Wasn't done based on policy that would have helped.
Yeah.
It was done based on the optics.
Well, it was done
And
based.
that's
Well,
all
here's
this
the thing,
shit
though.
is.
Here's the thing, though, is Trump doing like a good policy for the selfish reason that he thinks people will vote for him because of that policy, right? That's what that is, right? He didn't do it out of the goodness of his heart, but if there are good things you can point to that Trump did that he did good, he did them selfishly because, hey, it'll give him political clout. Oh shit, I am cursed.
I think that just reduces your maximum health.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, Donald, I'm almost cursed again. Oh, there we go. Oh, cursed again. God damn it.
How do I have so much curse resistance?
I don't know. Ooh, Scorpion. But
It's the Scorpion King.
but no, I mean I'll say it on video. So if people want to come at me in 10 years on the internet and say, "Oh, we're going to cancel you because 10 years ago you said this." You know what? Go fuck yourselves. Joe Biden's a worse president than Donald Trump. I don't care. I will say that. I really believe that. Joe Biden has proven himself to be, by an objective standard, worse than Donald Trump.
You know, when Trump is able to talk shit about your border policy and he's not lying,
Yeah.
that it's bad.
Well, here's the thing. Trump
When
did a
Trump
lot
is
of
able
bad
to
shit.
talk shit.
Trump
he's
did bad
normally,
shit with the border.
Not on good stands.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing. Trump did bad shit with the border. He did, right? He fucked it up. He made it worse. But you know what? That is something that has been consecutively happening with every single president. And it didn't start with Trump. It didn't stop with Trump. Joe Biden has now made it worse than Trump made it. And not only that, but if you wanna talk about one of the few good things that Trump did genuinely manage to accomplish, right? It is that under his appointees to the intelligence agencies, a lot, like very quickly after he went into office, right? Very quickly after he appointed his people to intelligence agencies, human trafficking rings started getting shut down on a level that we haven't really seen. Oh, I can't talk to this dude. I must need a ring to speak with him. But human trafficking rings
We should check.
got shut the fuck down. They got shut the fuck down, a lot of them. And a lot of them very quickly. In particular, the coyotes that would transport illegal immigrants right over the border between Mexico and the United States. So that was something that was severely cut down on. Oh, yep, this is that other one. Now, since Joe Biden, is this guy going to fight us, or is he?
This guy looks wicked as fuck, though.
He does. He's badass. Yeah, he's
a
going to fight us.
fucking lion guy. And he hits about as hard, too.
Now, under Joe Biden, coyotes are have been brought into a level of profit and success that is almost unique to them. Period. Like under Joe Biden, and his and his policies. Holy shit! That guy almost got me.
Oh, yep.
Under Joe Biden's policies, the border is now far worse than it ever was under Trump, even though it was bad under Trump, right? That's not a defense of Trump, but it is actively worse.
Like,
and not only that,
thought, like, that it was like it was bad, and it was. It was bad.
Oh, I don't have another branch for this.
And now it's gotten even exponentially worse. It's like something
because
can be getting bad, but also then get worse.
Well,
like,
that's
at
because
a greater scale.
And that's because Democrats depend on a system where people feel like they have to vote blue no matter who. Because the Republicans are so awful that they have to vote Democrat because, oh my God, we have to get that little protection from the Republicans when, you know what, they're going to do the same things. It doesn't matter unless you are willing to withhold your vote entirely in exchange for something. It will never matter who you vote for. It will never matter unless you withhold your vote, unless you are willing to not vote at all. He just is a blank thing. I need a ring to like allow me to speak with him. Kind of like the spider lady in the last game. I don't know what the ring is called, but
look up Man Scorpion Tark. You need to have the Ring of Whispers. I have the Ring of Whispers.
I do
It's
not.
sold in Majula. I'm going to drop mine for you, and then you can just buy me one later.
Okay.
That way, there's no halted progress.
Sweet. But seriously, under Joe Biden's policy, that human trafficking coyotes are now making more money than they have ever made before, as direct result of what Joe Biden has done. So if you want to point out, oh well, Trump did this awful, and maybe Joe Biden will improve this one specific thing, I can point to you an equal number of examples where I could say, hey, look at this thing that Donald Trump actually did do that was actually kind of good, and then I could point to Joe Biden making that specific thing worse. I can give you just as many, if not more, examples of Joe Biden fucking up something that Trump handled better, as you can think of Trump or of Joe Biden handling something better that Trump fucked up. Just as many, if not more.
And okay. Is he talking?
He is.
Finally.
It was at the peak of this mad. Oh, Master was a tragic. Eventually,
So some crazy dude went all island
Oh,
to
this
Dr.
is,
Moreau.
This is that pale dragon. He's talking about the pale dragon from the first game.
Oh,
Deep as
the one in the
scales. He was
DLC?
born without scales.
where our master has gone.
Was that the one in the
And he
DLC?
betrayed the.
The only
Yeah,
ones who
he betrayed
Yeah.
the rest of the dragons, and so
That's pretty.
he
That's a cool
created
connection.
sorceries and stuff, and so he created these
I always
homunculi.
felt she became violent. Eventually, we've been locked in.
So he wants us to kill his beloved. So there's like a lady scorpion.
The wounds we exchanged. I was born with I will be sure. The past. My name was. The past. My name was.
All right. Well, I don't have another fragrant branch of yore to continue down this pathway.
Yeah,
So
I was really hoping this would progress us, but
Well, here's the thing,
Okay,
though.
so do
If I can buy that ring in Majula, why don't we just? Why don't I? At least I just go back to Majula. I can buy the other ring, so we both have one of these rings, and then I'll buy another fragrant branch, so we can keep going down the path.
do we have more fragrant branches for sale?
I thought that the one lady just kept selling them. I thought. Was that wrong? Or she
I
have
think
a
she just
limited
sold the
number?
one.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, then I don't know
But I
where
will
to
double
get more.
check because sometimes vendors will refresh their stuff.
Sure, or at least the very least, maybe it's maybe now
Especially
that it's
because we've
been a
killed
little bit.
2 of the main bosses.
Right, maybe now that it's been a little while, maybe she only had one at first, but maybe she got another one. I don't know. I don't know. I had a lot of people that kept telling me, you have to vote for Joe Biden or you're a bad person. Over and over again, over and over and over again. It was reprehensible, morally reprehensible, moral panic if you don't vote for Joe Biden. And I want to look at those people and say, how do you feel now? Because you should feel ashamed of yourself now that you ever said that to anyone.
Oh, I never feel good about voting. Like, I do it, but I never feel good about it. And that's
The only...
incredibly depressing.
Yeah, she does not have anymore. Very sad. But you just, you know what? If people aren't going to vote, leave them the fuck alone to not vote. It is no one's job to try and like vote shame someone into voting for a
Exactly.
particular candidate.
Oh, you do have a time.
I love this little fucking old vendor lady who's just like, please don't make me beg or I'll kill you.
All right, I bought that ring. So now
Okay,
I
you
can
bought that
give you
tiny
one of them
secretless
back.
ring.
I can give you one back, and you
So
can.
now, because I would only have one fragrant branch of yore left as well. So that kind of stunts our progress there. Do we
'Cause-
try Poison Land?
I feel like we have to, because do we have a third route that we can take yet? Do we have like another place that we can try and go?
Not that I know of.
All right, well, I think that's the only option then, yeah. Unless I'm gonna keep checking with like all the people that you can buy stuff from, and just be like, hey, do you have a branch? Just.
No interest.
Oh wait.
Yeah, I've been
what
talking
did you just
into
have?
using the talk option.
Oh right. Okay.
Because,
No
like,
interest.
when you reach certain skill thresholds, sometimes you'll talk to somebody and they'll be like, oh, you seem like you make use of this.
Right.
I had that happen a couple times with the magic vendors.
I got I don't remember what he gave me, but I got an extra item from
Oh, I'm here. You even were the
from the guy that the Blue Covenant that we got that from.
Oh, yeah. I just, I got that,
Be safe.
I think, last session.
Yep, I just gained another rank. So I got Hush, whatever that is.
Find peace when you're
Oh, that is a sorcery spell that makes your footsteps silent, so nobody
Oh,
can
that's
hear
cool.
you moving.
That is very cool.
Used and developed by the sorcerers of Vinheim in their well sought after subterfuge sorceries.
You know, Tim, actually, you know what? I'm going to send you a link uh, at some point, and it's a little long, but there is a documentary that I want you to watch. I recommend to literally everyone to watch called Hypernormalization, and it is it is a very good documentary, and I think anyone is if you really are kind of open and are willing to kind of listen to some things that you probably aren't going to like hearing at first. Uh, I think you will be surprised at how much you can actually learn about exactly how society is set up and how it works, and the fact that it is very much it is ultimately a system that is a political system that is used to manage the idea that change will never actually happen, very much on purpose. Hypernormalization is what it's called. It's got a lot to do with Russian history, the history of the Soviet Union, and American history too, but how the two systems kind of collide with each other.
Well, they definitely do on a fair number of levels, despite what Western society would like to believe.
Very much so. I think I am ready. I'm ready. I'm at the poison place.
Alright, I'm just picking out my spells because I realized a lot of them were good for enemies I couldn't target. But now that I can actually target shit, it's like, whoa.
Oh, okay, hold on. Why is my... oh, that's right. No, I have that on the shortcut. Oh, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Did not mean to use that. Oh, well.
How dare you use that? 20 years dungeon.
20 years, dungeon. No trials.
I miss that show.
Well, you know they've done multiple new...
I know they've done more. But
well, it's like these hour-long kind of almost movies. I think it's only 4 of them too. Like it's like they each are kind of about specific characters, like far into the future. And there's only 4 of them. But I don't know. Yeah, have you watched any of those? I haven't seen them myself.
I watched the first one.
That was the
and
Marceline bubblegum one, right?
No, that was
BMO. That was BMO.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And that one I really did enjoy because it's just BMO really fucking far into the future. And it's also BMO like in the past. It like plays with like as long as you know the basic thing about BMO, that BMO is like a small robot that loves everyone.
Right.
Is like it's a fucking good piece. It doesn't. You don't have to have seen everything about Adventure Time.
Sure,
you
sure.
know about the theories about Grob, Glob, Gob, and it's like I don't know. I just liked it, and I feel like if that's probably. Did you see the miniseries? It was Stakes for the final season. right?
Yes, yeah.
With it's kind of in that vein because it provides the essential backstory or essential details so that someone who hasn't
Ooh.
seen any of Adventure Time could still watch it and be like,
Sure.
oh, that's cute. I would want to go back and watch Adventure Time. And like if you had seen it, it's full of shit where you're just like, oh shit, is that? Oh
Right.
fuck, I'm gonna need to go back and look at that.
It
And that's what I
both
love about it.
appeals to a new audience, but also has a lot there for your longtime fans to kind of get an
Exactly.
extra kick over. Oh,
And
that's
the stuff
awesome.
that's there for
That's
the
awesome.
longtime fans isn't just like shoved in your face either. It's just like
Yeah,
if
there's
you're
a
just sitting there listening to it, you're just like, this is nice. And if you're looking at like just the artwork and like the backgrounds and the locations, it's you're just like, oh shit. And it's always so fun in Adventure Time trying to place real world correlations and where they are in the terms of time. Oh, you're over there. I'm right next to the bonfire. That's where my sign is.
oh,
Oh, and we're both dead. Oh wait, no, you're alive, but
I'm
cursed.
alive. I just figured I ran through the poisoned little water first. I could come back through though.
I wonder what items we have that remove curse. I think it's just the divine
Divine,
blessing.
yeah, that cures all status effects. So, oh, did you leave already, or did you go back out?
Oh no, my it's still
Huh.
says there.
I am not alive.
Ah,
I thought I was, but I'm not.
I found a hood that increased the number of
Oh,
spells you can cast, and I got all super excited. No, it just
F
increases the uses by one.
effigies cure your curse too.
Oh,
Yeah, just restoring yourself cures your curse. Oh, and I'm
oh,
also I
that's
actually am
nice.
going to drop an item for you.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, the
it's
rogue water.
rogue water. Yep, because that'll be like that'll refill all your spell slots, your spell uses.
Oh yeah, and the whisper ring too.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
that's right.
see it. You might have to pick it up and redrop it.
All right, let's see.
Maybe because it was on the ground before I spawned into the session.
Yeah, that would make sense. All right, and then
Are you turning my daughter into an Akira?
there's supposed to be a new Akira adaptation happening at some point.
I blame it entirely on Rick and Morty.
It's actually the guy that wrote the book doing it. And also that same guy also wrote or also directed the movie. So the same guy that wrote and drew the Akira manga.
I don't think we can poison this guy. He just looks bad, right? Oh, yeah. Are you poisoned or something?
I
No, he was
was.
covered in poison stuff. Yeah, because it looks like that guy's standing in a poison cloud. He's able to lob giant black orbs and, oh, oh, oh. Retreat! Retreat!
Well, I mean,
I still managed to die. I'm just gonna run up to that spot and drop my sign there.
okay. hold on here. I
God,
got to
walking
switch
through that
my...
fucking poison pool, my character looks like he's at the Nickelodeon Slime Awards.
Alright, got him.
Nice. Did he give him like any souls?
Not that much, but he did drop an item, so we'll see. We'll see what that looks like. Is there like a ring that just protects you from poison damage that we like should be finding somewhere in this game?
A poison bite ring, yeah. I imagine it's somewhere that we just missed. Because you have the blood bite ring, you have the frickin'... Ooh, did you ever pick up the ring of life protection? It's a repairable ring that is sold by the guy who sells the hexes in Huntsman's Copse for 6,000 souls. And when you equip it, if you die, you don't lose any souls. And it breaks, but you can repair it.
I don't have that. I definitely used that. I think I had that in the last game.
Yeah,
I think we
had
used
those,
that,
and
but...
they were separate items. Like you could have a bunch of the rings at once.
Right.
You only have one of the rings.
But you can fix it after.
Yeah, you just
Well, that's
go
good.
to any of your local friendly neighborhood blacksmiths. All right, now I'm going to be an archer class. Well, at the very least, I have the poison cure spell. So.
God, there's so many fucking items around here. Like, shit.
All right. Once you're in there, when you're about to be poisoned,
I have
a couple of those life gems.
I also have 20 poison moss.
Oh, well, that too. But whenever you are poisoned, I can cure it because I'm a pimp. It's just what you do when you game that hard.
I am poisoned.
Did that get rid of it?
Using life gems?
No, I did a cure.
Oh, no, I don't think we were close enough to each other. That did. Yep, that did. Alright. All this shit. Alright. Last little corner, and then we can get out of here.
Go into this middle area, too. Once you have all the items. Oh shit, you're like poison. In here. Ah, fuck. I was holding it for as soon as you got in, and then he backstabbed me.
Oof.
Little
Yikes.
skeletal bitch. Alright.
Sweet, thank you.
And then one last. God, I love being cleric in this game.
Oh, I got a fragrant branch of yore. So we could actually go continue in that other place now. If we wanted to.
Oh shit, it's Gavlan.
Hey, hey, I remember
My
this
man,
dude.
Gavlan. Gavlan wheel, Gavlan deal. He's the
Hello.
only character I remember from my last playthrough, and I just love him.
Guess he doesn't really have anything new to say, but I can sell.
You can wield, or you can deal.
Oh man, I could sell all this stuff. Sell these pyromancy things that I'll never use.
Yeah. I mean, because you need to have intelligence and what is it? Intelligence and faith to be able to use those.
What does he sell? Ring of Giants. He sells poison. He sells a bunch of the poison stuff. And he doesn't have any right now, but he does sell poison arrows sometimes, at least. All right, well, I got a fragrant
last time.
Yeah, I did. So I've got so I picked up a fragrant branch of yore, so we could continue here, or because I picked that up, we could run back to that other area and continue there. I don't know.
I guess we could see what kind of challenges this thing is gonna. Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wow. And they're in high heels too. That was sorry. That was kind of funny.
Whoa.
Because you're charging forward in stone armor and you get blasted. Oh shit.
God damn.
That was less funny.
Wow.
So, yeah,
okay.
Lost World it is. I mean, did you have a number of souls that you would want to recollect?
Not so many that it was like crucial for me to. Whatever. I'm not that concerned about it. But yeah, let's go back to the other area then. Back to the shaded ruins.
Quick dart and grab that one.
Sure. Oh, to try and get that fragrant branch of yore for yourself.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Alright, yeah, I'll be ready to go. Ready to go.
Oh my god, this skeleton attacked Gavlan and Gavlan's just drinking.
He's just not even trying to fight back.
Yeah, Gavlan's just like, Gavlan wheel.
Gavlan wheel.
Want mini soul. You want deal? Well, say what you want about Gavlan, but he knows what he wants.
I mean, hey, you gotta give him that, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, hey, we're about halfway through. Are we about halfway through July now? Just a little under halfway through July. But August is going to be a pretty big release month for games. At least for me, anyway. Because let's see here. I've got the PlayStation and Xbox release of Hades. 12 minutes. The Ghost of Tsushima expansion, which is a whole, fourth island. Psychonauts 2. Kena Bridge of Spirits. And Solar Ash.
Those are all games that I've been interested in, except for Hades, which I've played religiously, and it is probably the only game in recent memory that I've made an effort to do 100% of.
Yeah.
Just because.
And you played it on the Switch, right?
That really. PC.
PC. Okay.
I was going to buy it for the Switch, but I don't know. I just liked the idea of having something on my computer that I could throw onto my second monitor. Because it started as just a game that I was like, oh, this will be, it's just something to do.
Right.
But goddamn. And just it's a nice balance between using the mythos or Grecian mythos that's there and
right.
bringing their own story out of that.
Yeah, I honestly think that the I forget his name, but the lead character of Hades,
Zagreus.
Zagreus. I think Zagreus would make for an awesome Smash Bros. Character.
Oh, absolutely.
That'd be a really cool one.
Especially because of like he's got a quite diverse move set depending on like because like
Right? I mean,
you unlock different weapons, like 6 different weapons you can use across in each of your playthroughs or whatever. And so he's got a really diverse move set, and you could just throw the sword in there and then have specials where he like whips out a gun or something.
right.
He's like a Greek Dante.
It'd be that's a good description of him. It would be so easy to make a move set for him in Smash. So easy. So they're so easy. I don't know. I doubt that it will be. I doubt the final character is going to be that though, just because that game came out well after I think they'd already decided on what all of the DLC characters were going to end up being. So like anything
Yeah.
that has been popular or successful in the last basically post 2018 will have no bearing or effect on what characters they ended up including. Which is why, as much as I want Crash Bandicoot, the character of Crash and his kind of revival and kind of the resurrection of his pop cultural relevance did not actually happen until after that Smash game had already come out. So it's a little bit like, well, you know,
The fourth one.
yeah. They like the Smash Bros came out before the Crash character had really been revitalized. So I kind of feel like, as much as I want Crash, I don't know how likely Crash actually would be, because
You
all
want
the
Crash, but do you deserve Crash?
I mean, I don't know if I deserve anything, but where am I going?
Do any of us ever really?
Fuck, cursed again.
Yeah, I have no like. I'm gonna look at my stats real quick because I'm just not getting cursed at all.
I'm sure you're specializing in magic. I'm sure you've got like, was it down this hole that we went and then that led us to? Oh wait, no.
Oh, I do have curse resistance equipped from something.
Huh.
Also, there's
Armor,
an
maybe.
invisible fuck ass around here. There he is.
Fuck you, fuck ass. Oh,
Not to
two of
mention
them.
This guy.
Two
One
of
them
them.
was a blue herring, and the other one was an even bluer herring. Now this guy's
Blue
running.
herring. Is that even another ghost dude, or is that
Yep,
an
he's
NPC?
leading us into an ambush, I'm guessing.
Well, I don't. Okay, I'm getting cursed being in this room, so I'm gonna.
Motherfucker. There we go. Alright, you can come out. Oh, I'm still being cursed by going in there. I'm gonna.
Mine just
Smash.
climbs so fast.
Yeah, and for some reason. Maybe it's just that phantoms can't get cursed.
Maybe,
Because,
yeah.
like, I feel like I would have to have a lot higher resistance than I am to be completely immune to curse.
Right. Did you get it already? Or... Nope, oh, I'm still getting.
Well, I got. Oh, there's more. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm still getting it.
Maybe there's something else.
Oh,
down. Oh
there's a
yeah,
ghost
this
dude
is
out
the
here.
way forward.
Got another ghost man. Sweet.
I think there's either another one or a player
Shit.
over here. Nope, that was a
Goddamn.
player. Alright, there's a chest over here that I'm pretty sure is. Yep. Watch it be a mimic.
We still haven't come across one yet.
And you know, I feel like that's just to lull us into a false sense of security.
Yeah, right? Wait, where
Alright,
did
now
you just
use
go?
the petrified branch on this.
Oh, but when then I only have the one though.
I know. I'm actually going to look up right now to see if that chest has anything. Because,
Because I figure we want to use that on like the main way forward.
oh yeah. Let's see, in the shaded runes. s- Oh. Hmm. Near Man Scorpion Tark, behind a tunnel leading from the sandpit, dissolves spawns of the body of Vangarl. Kill it unlocks the head of Vangarl as a... Oh! So you killing Vangarl, the body of Vangarl, you can now summon Head of Vangarl as an NPC for certain bosses.
Oh, cool.
The metal chest contains the repair sorcery, 3 bleeding serums, and 3 human effigies.
Alright. I mean, that's definitely good, but I'd rather just use it on the...
There's another lion statue that you can dissolve, and you get the lion mage set and another branch. Dissolve the statue near the tree bridge at the Shaded Ruins bonfire, and you'll get the Fang key.
Okay.
And the Fang key is used for Ornifex, a blacksmith that trades boss souls. Ornifex is where though? Oh, he's where you trade in souls that you couldn't trade into Strait of Alaphus.
Okay.
And that is unlocked by getting the Fang key from one of these freaking lion guys. This lion guy, I guess, is the most useless one of all of them because one unlocks a room that has a vendor and another one of the branches.
See, and there's still some other shit down like down there. I'll just run
try now.
through. Yep. Now I'm good. Now I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Oh, that lion dude is just there now.
Oh. Well.
Can lure him up here and see if we can backstab him.
Oh, he's resistant to lightning by a large margin. And magic. And dark. Okay.
He's
Good
not
to know.
resistant to this sword, though.
Yep. I guess a lot.
Tricyclops,
lesson about
snake tarachas.
what? Wait, what did you get?
Tricyclops, snake troplic. I think.
Yeah, that tracks.
I don't know what that means, but all right. Of course, we're gonna have to. I hate that you can't hurt them until they get up. Nice. Or at least you can't do it. You can't hurt them until they get up the first time, anyway.
This looks like a shortcut. Did that guy drop anything?
Just lion cuffs, which I assume are like a gauntlet. Oh shit! Soul of a Brave Warrior, Twilight Herb, Sublime Bone Dust. Hey, I can get a +3. Sweet.
That's what that one was guarding. Okay, so
Alright.
that's the one.
Because the scorpion dude asked us to kill his scorpion with benefits for him. So
And the head of Vanguard asked you to kill his body, so one of them unlocked that.
right.
We did that one, which unlocks access to the Sublime Bone Dust. So we found the one in front of the statue. There's 6 in this area total that can be used.
6 branches.
Yeah, 6
Damn.
statues that can be dissolved.
And I mean, I feel we've done two of them, 3 of them so far, something like that.
Yeah. Dissolve the lion statues of their
So, is this a shortcut? Oh yeah, because that's the. Oh. Black Knight
What's in here?
halberd. Just the chest.
Ooh.
Black Knight
And,
halberd.
A door that really doesn't like. Oh. and them's the brakes.
Interesting. So I guess that guy was just to get over to this spot, huh?
Mm.
Huh. Alright.
At the back of the shaded ruins, in the area where the gold money roams, you'll kill the enemy. He grabs a warlock mask. Okay, so there's really only 3 more ones that provide consequence because we're not doing the one in front of the chest.
Okay.
One is a statue above Dark Diver Grondel, which gives you the Lion Mage set and another branch. So that one is neutral
Okay.
and worth doing alone just for the souls.
Okay. I also don't. I'm also out of branches again now, though. So.
Oddly, no Lion Mages appear in the game, and this is the only full Lion armor set that can be obtained. So that's fun.
Interesting. I'm backtracking a little bit just because I don't know. There didn't seem like anything else to do in that part or that spot. So
Yeah.
it's like a
And
little
then
grouping
whenever-
of statue guys over here.
Yeah, right?
Oh, found a lion guy, a living one.
Oh, then there is going to be another thing that you can do with a
Wow.
lion.
One backstab took that guy out. Only one.
And yes, now that I'm in my game, I am able to take curse.
Oh, okay, so yeah, it's a phantom thing.
Which I guess that's actually kind of nice because remember how like we were in war game and then we both got cursed.
Yep. No, that's definitely something I like better about this. Is if you're the phantom, you can't get cursed. That's good. All right, come on out here. Now, if you could just get these guys to follow you one at a time, they're actually pretty easy to just circle around them, and just backstab them. Oh shit! Well, they definitely hit hard if you do get hit, but. This one's got like full golden hair too. So this one looks like he's a little special. Oh shit.
You know, for something that has a shield, those things do not block.
No, no, they don't. Not at all. They're seeming very confident in themselves.
All right.
All right.
I found the chest that gives you the Lion Mage armor and another fragrant branch. Scroll.
Okay.
We were
Where
already up
is
there and we
that?
didn't have it. So you know the bridge when you come out and you know the little doorway we went through to get the wooden chest.
The bridge
In
that
area
you're.
just past that hole we fell down with the floor that broke.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's in that area.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
But you already have to have a fragrant branch.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Then I guess that doesn't help. I guess. Ah! Get out of here, Phantom.
Oh, I found that guy that was tricked by that one dude that tricked us into that gate trap.
Oh yeah.
He's like hunting him down now. He's like, I know
Oh, that's
where he
great.
lives. He's in Brightstone Cove, and I'm going to end him.
Oh shit. Shit, that's awesome. Just take that motherfucker out.
And I'm pretty sure we encounter this guy as a phantom later, but don't quote me on it.
Alright. So I don't know what else I can really do without going somewhere else and finding more of those branches.
Yeah, this whole fucking area seems to be like, hey, tricked you into wasting your thing that you have limited copies of.
I found a guy in a tower.
Don't you scare me like that.
Yeah, that was the.
Lives in
Oh,
Brixton.
I found the same guy.
Yep.
For the good, I won't let that bastard live another day.
Does he die trying to go after that dude?
I'm pretty sure. I don't recall 100%, but I do believe that's how his story ends. Like, fucking Pat lures him into another trap or some shit.
Damn. Poor guy. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Do we get to just fucking kill that guy at any point?
Oh, I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, there are those lion things that are alive.
I found those easy to take out if you just got one to follow you and then just circled them. Huh. Alright, well, I don't really know where I should go right now.
Yeah. Is this kind of shoehorning us back into the poison pool?
It might. It might be. It might be.
Ooh, yeah, this golden dude. Did you take down the golden dude?
Yeah. Yeah, he got me once and he definitely hit hard, but
Hey, Morty, look, this snake's got a little snake suit. Ah, shit. Oh, kill him.
there's snakes in space. There's everything in space.
Next time, stay in the fucking car.
Well,
I'm gonna take out these couple of lion folks over here and
Sure.
kill their family, and then where the hell?
hey,
are
lion
you?
dude, I killed your mom.
Oh, what's that? Your culture's wiped out. Well, now you're wiped out. Oh, he didn't even drop anything. That one wasn't even special.
No, I don't. I think he was just tougher. I think is all it was.
Did you? God, I forget what the fucking gives you the Warlock mask. That's what it does.
Mm,
What is the Warlock mask?
it's a great question.
Watch it be like, oh yeah, it makes your spells like actually worthwhile, but you only get 2 health. Because there's like a ring that like, yeah, you get more uses for your ring, or your spells, but you lose half health. It's like
God.
any positive thing for spellcasters is usually outweighed by like, oh
Right.
hey, wow, you get like a 10% power boost. You're 40% more susceptible to magic attacks.
Yeah, that's some bullshit they like to pull.
All right, I think I've. Oh wait, no, I should probably go talk to Man Scorpion Buttface.
At least get like the mission from him.
Will you kill my wife? Thanks. She's too strong. Reminds me of the fucking.
It's a scorpion cuck.
Please stop praying for my grandpa. He's too strong. He broke out of the hospital. They can't stop him.
What's that from?
It's just a fucking random post I found. It's
Oh,
like
that's hilarious.
it's like send thoughts and prayers for my grandpa. Oh shit! Please stop sending thoughts and prayers.
He's too strong. He broke out of that. That's really funny. I like that.
It's like the power of prayer is a very strong thing.
Yeah, apparently.
You can do anything when you have the Lord behind you.
The Lord. Oh man.
The Lord Christ, our Father in heaven.
You know, Jesus is one of the main villains of one of my comics.
Oh
It's
yeah,
true.
well, that could be a.
He shoots nails out of his hands like machine gun bullets.
Okay, that's
Like he flies around and shoots nails out of his hands. It's very entertaining. Very entertaining.
No. Okay.
Is that
Yeah, at this
the
point,
lion?
I died on the way to the frickin' man scorpion. I didn't die from the lion. I just died from one of the ghost enemies. One.
Oh shit.
That's like, you ever fucking, you just like kill a dragon but die to a fucking ghoul.
Yeah, those ghouls, they get you. They get you. Hey, we passed 1,400 views
Oh, that's pretty
today.
awesome.
So that's another little milestone there. 1,400 views, 13 followers. That's where we're sitting at this particular moment. 4 subscribers on YouTube still. Haven't seen another one on there in a little bit, but that is okay. A-okay. We're starting out slow, you know. Gotta,
Sometimes it goes slow until you go pro.
yeah, and then that's when the lubrication really kind of kicks in.
Oh shit, I got invaded by Forlorn.
Oh shit! Do you want me to
Have
come
I
back
been
and
forewarned?
forewarn to forlorn, the forsworn Bjorn?
Forlorn, the forsworn Bjorn.
Yeah, that's a sentence.
I'm so cursed right now.
So cursed, bruh. God, do you even curse, bruh? Do you even curse, bro? Like, come on.
The fucking crystal lizard. I killed yours in 2 hits, and I swung my sword 9 times at mine and only hit once.
Damn.
That's
Well.
funny as hell. But now I have Mr. Man Scorpion.
Mr. Man Scorpion. That's it's a fun one. It's a fun one. No, I don't know why this dude's like, can you kill my wife? Like he's like a scorpion cuck. Instead of the Scorpion King, Scorpion Cock.
Well, I'm gonna, I guess, kill that dude's headless body so that I can also summon him in my games.
Oh, sure.
Because that
Do you
way
want
we'll
me to
have
come
the-
help you with that, or like? I don't know.
He should be weaker because he was really susceptible to magic.
Sure. I'm just not doing anything right now.
Oh yeah, if you want to make your way to Man Square. Oh wait, no, I have to be human, but I can make myself human. Do you want to make
I mean,
your way to Man
yeah.
Scorpion Buttface?
Yeah, let's do this. I will do that. Man Scorpion.
Oh shit, Forlorn has still invaded me too. I forgot about him. He's probably like just wandering around somewhere.
I will try and run my way through. Just
Huh. Can't use human. Okay, now I can use a human effigy.
okay. I'm at the Scorpion dude now. How much further do I need to?
I'll just jump down into his pit and then I should be able to see your sign from there.
I don't even know where the hell the bosses are. Like where the like where like where the
Are you?
where any of these bosses are even supposed to be. Like,
Yeah, this boss is really
elusive.
yeah, like holy buckets.
All right, I'm almost there.
Bringing the party to you.
Ooh, shit. Well, there we go. Sweet.
Nice. And the rest of Vengarl's armor. You get the rest of his armor set from his body, and it's kind of fucking stupid. And then this, oh yeah. I'm not sure I have the branch for this guy. Oh yeah, I do. Should I use it on him?
I mean, we know exactly what's back there, so maybe not. Just so maybe we can open up a different one in your game.
Yeah.
That way we'll.
That's right. Warlock
I don't know.
Mask, that was the other one that
It's up to you, I suppose.
spawned fucking spam calls.
What is the area below us down there? Is that? Oh, that's the forest. That's the. Okay. It's the gloomy
Okay,
forest.
So the Warlock Mask gives you +2 intelligence and gives you high magic, dark, petrification, lightning, and curse resistance.
Okay.
But apparently there's 2 helmets that are available that completely negate curse resistance. What did you get on the other side of this one now?
Shit, I don't remember. I think it was just I thought it was just a weapon.
Sublime Bone Dust.
Oh, that's what it was. Which you'll probably want, because then you'll be at like +4. Yeah. Just a matter of where do we go to get more.
Well, especially because we are at some point going to need the Fang Key from that one NPC.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Fang Key unlocks that other merchant.
Oh, right. So, yeah, we'll have to do that. For sure.
But I think that's the only other essential NPC we have around here. Oh, if you have any Twilight Herbs, those refresh spellcasts. So if you don't plan on using any spells, I will also gladly take those.
I have one, but hey, there you go.
Wait, I guess, yeah, I only have Amber Herb, Twilight Herb, and Wilted Dusk Herb. I've
But
only
I
collected
definitely
11
don't need
herbs
it.
the entire time we've been playing. So they definitely do less than the Demon Souls game,
Right.
where you can find like 50 of them at once.
Oh, and then if
I
you
also miss the
cop
idea
through,
of mana.
yeah, I did. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, run and jump and hop. Ooh, that was like synchronized.
Yeah, right? Black Knight Halberd.
Sweet.
Alright, now watch me die through this one again.
There you go. You did it. Woo!
Freaking, the train fucking guy just doing a front flip completely in space. Oh shit, I don't want to fight this guy. I feel like I'm doing the equivalent of a front flip in place whenever I just don't die in this game.
Well,
Pool of... Oh, I suppose it is 442. Do we want to try going forward in Pool of Poison at all?
I mean, I'd be up for doing it for a little bit if you're up for trying. I don't know,
Yeah,
just to see, if we can.
sounds far out, bro.
I guess I have to die then, don't I?
I'm gonna also get that wooden chest. Ah, fudge. Ah, fudge. I sound like like, such a Midwesterner saying ah, fudge.
Is
Like,
that
"Nah, I
a
want some fudge."
Midwestern thing specifically?
Apparently. At least according to my family in the West Coast and the South.
Huh. I didn't even. Huh. I mean, I guess I've heard people say it, but I guess I don't know. I feel like I've seen it in so many movies where like the that they're
It's
to
like how
try
you
and
hear oof, but it's more of a Midwestern thing.
sure. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like people say it other places, but I feel like Minnesotans work it into a lot more things. It's
Oh,
more
oofed it
less
there.
situational and more broad bolt.
In the Ratchet and Clank game, there's like an entire planet of little things called Mort. They're all named. They all have the same name, Mort, and they all have thick Minnesotan accents. There's like little furry like hairballs.
That's hilarious.
Ah, that big guy definitely respawns.
Oh, cool. Why can't... Oh, we never killed Forlorn. I can't pull it
In
out
my
without
game we
dying.
did. In my game
Oh no,
we
I meant
killed
like
him.
he was still invading my game.
Oh, huh.
Like, so it still thinks that... it's like, you cannot rest at this bonfire. Can I use a homeward bone? Cannot use that right now.
Wow.
Alright. Maybe he's having a nap somewhere?
Gonna try and take out those fire mages from like afar this time instead of me just trying to run up in their face.
Yeah, I will say that
Didn't
did not
work.
as nicely as we wanted.
Or at all.
Now, when we killed Forlorn, he was in the fog area, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Putting on my fucking soul protection ring for that, like if you die, you don't lose your souls.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I lost those, I'd be really forlorn. Don't laugh at that. That was terrible.
It was terrible. You should be ashamed.
I'd say I would seppuku, but looks like
Not
these things
that
are really
ashamed,
trying
I
to
mean.
do it.
Let's see. Let's just do a little news check, and see if there's anything interesting.
I can just hear the footsteps of these little freaking ghost things.
Oh
I
God,
can't
what
see
the
them.
hell? The Fairly Odd Parents live-action Paramount Plus series begins production. That sounds like a
That sounds like
terrible
something we
idea.
either needed or wanted,
No,
considering
no.
how poorly the live action movies did with what's his face, Drake Bell.
I didn't even know they made movies of that. Were they like Disney Channel, like TV movies?
Nickelodeon TV movies, and
Okay.
he was an adult in them, but he still had his fairy somehow because he never grew up.
See, that's the thing about like everything being on streaming services, right? And like not having movie theaters anymore that I worry about if that ever happens, because there is a certain, not always, right? Because there are shitty movies that come out in the theater, but there is a certain caliber of production for films. Like they have to have a certain amount of money spent on them usually for them to be allowed to release in the theater, and stuff that doesn't have at least that little bit of a quality check, that's the stuff that goes on TV. That's the stuff that goes directly to a streaming service. And I do worry about, if we ever get rid of theaters and we kind of just have streaming services, I do
We're gonna
worry.
be stuck with more of that.
Yeah, I worry that that line between like, oh well, this stuff has to have this much money spent on it, or be like at least this kind of certain basic level of production quality to be able to be allowed to go into the theater, there is something that we'll lose, I think. Also, like, it's supposed to be a Paramount Plus series. It's like, come on, stop trying to make Paramount Plus a thing.
Yeah, they're really advertising the fuck out of it, using everything in their fucking arsenal. They did Super Bowl ads.
And I just like, the only thing I would maybe be interested in watching on that entire streaming service is Star Trek Discovery, and that's it. I'm not subscribing to your entire streaming service for one show that I'm interested in. I'm not doing it.
God damn it, where the hell is he?
You still looking for him?
Yeah.
So, but you can't even like fast travel out of the area because because he's still there somewhere.
Huh.
Was that?
Forlorn has returned to his world. I didn't do anything. He just kind of went away on his own. Also, you picked up the Chloranthy ring. +1.
Did I? Oh, I did.
Yes.
Okay. What's that do? I'll go look at it.
Regen increase.
Oh, that's right. Right.
I'm gonna go to Majula quick and spend the small amount I have. It's enough for one level, but when that counts against your permanent memory soul record.
Okay.
Also, my permanent record follows me around enough in real life.
Yeah.
In Dark Souls.
Right.
So, you are where we first were, correct?
Yep. Just
Or
right on the
right where you
cliff
killed that,
side, yeah. Where we shot all the arrows into the big dude. Which he is
Like
back,
the
so.
big guy that respawns anyway.
Yep.
But at least you got all the loot from that.
Yeah, so we don't have to really spend time wandering around down there now.
I like that you can find upgraded versions of rings in this game. Because that means that they can at least give you cooler rings earlier on instead of waiting until like the end of the game to give you a ring that lets you do a different moveset, like that cartwheel ring.
Oh, right. Hey, that cartwheel was cool,
there
though.
it is. The cartwheel ring was cool. Especially,
was cool.
like, if you were a rogue kind of thing and you had high dexterity, the dexterity in that game increases your weapon speed, or, like, your attack speed.
Okay.
And so, like, you would be cartwheeling around, slashing, and then dodging, and then slashing, and so on and so forth, just whittling away. So anyway, I started slashing. Oh, that skeleton is listening really carefully to the wall.
Yeah, he is. I tell you, I've been rewatching like the earlier seasons of It's Always Sunny. God damn, that show holds up. It holds up so goddamn
really
well.
does.
You could not start making that show for the first time today. You would get canceled so goddamn quickly.
Yeah. But
Just politically,
bright
people
side,
just are so goddamn sensitive now. Like, you could not do that shit.
we have it, and it holds up well. And I did just do a rewatch of it, like, what, 5 months ago, I say?
Like, the whole thing, or like
Yeah, the whole thing.
like all 15 seasons or whatever?
Yep.
Damn. Wow, you really watched all that quick. That's cool. That's cool. I mean,
It was
pandemic
just
time, I
because,
suppose.
like, I have the, like, the TV that I watch almost all of, or the screen that I watch all my TV on above, like, my computer. So, like, when I'm just doing work in the middle of the day, or when I'm playing a different game, I can be playing Always Sunny in the background. And when you've already seen it, you kind of know when to, like, oh
Sure.
shit, this is a part I'm going to want to look at.
This lady glitched real hard. Oh, here, I can at least get
There's
my
a lever
souls
up here.
from before. Oh, a lever.
Are you on the square? Are you on the lever?
On the Are you on the level? Are you ready to swim right here, right now, for the devil?
Oh, it opened that door. So,
Cool.
I guess let's check this ladder.
Oh yeah, forgot there was another one over here.
Oh,
That
looks
went
like
way
there
better.
Might be something.
That went way better than the first time we tried to come over here. Oh yeah,
Woman, therefore
Hexinger.
try ranged battle.
Well, I mean, hey, that worked. It worked for me at least. I didn't get blasted in the face. I am gonna blast your face off.
Whenever anybody says blast, I just picture Danny DeVito with the fucking finger guns. So I started, or no, with the actual guns.
That's when they kidnapped the Juarez family.
Yeah.
And
They're like, picture Frank as like a good guy. He's definitely
good morning, Juarez family. Your house is ours now. Well, there's another bonfire at least. Your houses are. I love that Extreme Home Makeover episode. Oh, there's one of those guys with the sides. Oh, 3 of them are in here.
Four
Oh
of 'em.
shit.
There's one up top.
God damn. Okay, well.
And you
All right,
can't
that's one.
backstab. Oh, no. Goodbye. I must return to my people.
Well, maybe that's a good stopping point. We did get to a new bonfire.
Yeah, we did. We did unlock a new bonfire. And just like, oh. Trapped in there with these guys.
Yep. Oh wait, hold on. There's a way up here. Oh shit, were there 5 of them? Jesus.
That's doesn't seem very fair.
Oh shit, they can follow down here. Ah! Shit, there's no way to...
So you know that big giant
Which
thing
one?
that we shot arrows at? There's
Yeah.
an actual. It's like a giant ogre, but there's
Fuck.
something on top of it controlling it, like a little guy with reins.
I did notice that, yeah. Ah, they got me. They got me. I got one more of them, and then the next 2 came in and just double teamed me, so.
Sometimes
Well.
you get double teamed, and
Yeah.
like, what can you do?
Yeah. Well, I guess I feel like that's probably a good stopping point then. Certainly, we got this new bonfire here at least, so we can continue on from a slightly further spot in the area.
And,
This does seem like it's going to
I'll
be a
probably
tricky
just get
section,
back to
though.
there.
All the poison everywhere. It seems like it's going to be a difficult area to make our way through, but whatever. We'll do it. We'll make it happen. We'll get it done. But yeah, well, Tim, thank you as always.
As
I did.
Larry the Cable Guy once said, "Let's get her done."
Let's get her done. I definitely ranted more about politics than I intended to this time, but whatever. I don't care. People can hate me for thinking that there's an objective reality, but you know, I don't care. But hey, if you're having, I mean, there's just an objective reality. Then the people on both sides just
No
like to
way.
pretend there isn't. Yeah, there's facts and logic and reason.
Never would have guessed.
But yeah, thank you as always, Tim. Anybody that stopped by, thank you. Give us a follow if you are having any fun with us. Come back and have some more fun. Whether that's in the morning, noon, evening, any time of the day. We hope you're
Online, just fine. Nighttime, anytime.
set yourself free.
Watch our stream. Set yourself free.
At National American University.